Yo, this is Rue's Reviews, where we keep it for real, for real. I am Rue, aka the Culture Black Kid,
I'm Ifoma, aka Iffy.
and today we are reviewing the latest and eighth studio album from Ballpark Music, Like Love. They are a Brisbane-based alternative indie band consisting of Sam, Jennifer, Paul, Dean, and Daniel. I'm not saying your last names because it just sounds
Too
like a
much.
lot, but yep. Like I said, this is their eighth studio album. Their last album, Weirder and Weirder, dropped in 2022. And yeah, they've been in the game since 2011, probably even earlier than that, but at least that's when they put out their first album. Yeah, this is my introduction to Ballpark Music, Iffy.
Not mine.
Okay, yeah, keen to get into this. So without any further ado, Iffy, what is our overall thoughts?
All right, overall thoughts. This is a really gorgeous album. It is very beautiful. The guitar tones and melodies that Ballpark Music provide all throughout this project amaze me, and I'm honestly quite thankful for it. It's also an album that I feel keeps you on your toes quite weirdly. The tone never really stays the same, and they really whisk you away on this musical journey. Ballpark Music really had me excited to see what each song would sound like, and I wasn't bored, which is so surprising coming out of my mouth. Let me just be so honest, but it was a really easy listen, so yeah.
No, for sure, and I agree. Those 40 minutes flew by.
Yeah.
1000% flew by. You know, a 40-minute album nowadays can sometimes feel like a slog, but it was definitely on multiple listens where I'm like, oh wow, we're already at the last couple tracks or the last
Yeah.
track. So yeah, very calming listen. I really like a lot of the themes. Again, doesn't come without, a couple other thoughts, but I think for the most part, I really, really, really enjoyed this project. So let's get into that and let's kick it off with some pros. Iffy.
Hey, okay, first pro. I think the project carries itself so well. It's indie, but it has those tinges of folk, but feels so experimental at the same time. And the band was really successful in adding elements to keep you really reeled in. So, for example, a lot of the heavy drums and or electric guitars in some places where I wouldn't have expected it. Oh my God, it made it so great. I could not get enough. I really, really loved how it wasn't like your typical indie album.
Yeah.
And another pro is it has such a grandeur or grandeur, whatever, however the hell you
Grandiose.
grandiose, has such a grandiose feel. And the best way for me to kind of describe that is if this album was a meal, I would be full. I can't it was just filling, and it was it wasn't empty or patchy in some places. It was really well composed, really well produced. Everything was there. And yeah, it didn't feel empty. I loved so many songs. I have three main ones. Coast is Clear. I can't lie, when it first started, I was like, oh, another folkish song. Okay. I think it's the first song. Yeah, but then it picked up so fast and it took me by surprise, and it is such a gorgeous song with such beautiful harmonies. And yeah, there was a lot of thinking that went into that track, and it is such a great start for the album. Another favorite, Please Don't Move to Melbourne. Such a feel-good song. I love how upbeat it is. It is so danceable and really just invites a happy mood to the listener. And then Bells in Bloom, I love the tone of that song. I can't. I'm so please, I can't. The guitar, the singing, my favorite song on the album, my favorite Ballpark Music song ever now. And yeah, it carried so much persona. I'm so impressed. But those are my pros.
No, for sure. And yeah, to go off the back of that, as I've mentioned, those 40 minutes flew by. A lot of the choruses and performances across the project are super, super strong. Definitely got some of those folk elements as well on some of the more stripped back songs that I definitely liked. Again, very, very calming. To jump straight into my favorite tracks, I think the title track is beautiful. I think that was my first introduction. And whilst, again, it is a very cliche topic about, comparing things to love or comparing, that type of love song. I do love how it was done. And it was done in such a way that was like, this is sweet. This is really, really wholesome.
Aw.
Despite such a wild first lyric, which again, the first time I played it on Triple J, I was like,
We allowed this?
cocaine? You went from oysters to cocaine? I was like, yo, those are not in the same category. Anyway, but I love that track. It's a beautiful track. Please don't move to Melbourne. Yeah, super, super catchy. Bittersweet topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I love the way they juxtaposed it though, because it's so like,
it's so.
and then you like listen and you're like, oh,
yeah,
damn.
you look at the lyrics and you're like, stress. So yes, and also as someone who lives in Sydney, don't move to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And then Bells in Bloom, love that song, and Nork, N-O-R-K, I can't remember what it stands for. But that song, I'm forgetting what I said. I should have written it down. That's my bad. But that also was a really, really dope track. That stretch, Like Love, Nork, Bells in Bloom, was such a great stretch on the project. But yeah, with pros can sometimes come some cons. Iffy.
I don't have any.
You don't have any?
Mic. Okay. I would drop the mic, but I might get yelled at. Like, well, you're welcome. Yeah, you might be thinking like that is crazy, Iffy, because you don't take too well to music like this. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I have always said when it comes to this genre or this sound is it needs to be done well, and it was done amazingly. Outstanding job from them. So I don't have cons. Like I genuinely don't, and I feel like because I kind of don't know too much, like I don't take too well to it. If I like it, I'm gonna like it. I'm not gonna really complain about it. So yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess whilst I enjoyed a majority of it, those that weren't my favorite songs were nice. I wouldn't just go back to them naturally, but definitely one of those, if they're on in the background, God no, absolutely zero problem with it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could literally just go straight to overall thoughts, or overall ratings. So, are we here for this? Does it depend on the day whether we're here for this or not? Or are we feeling iffy about it? Iffy.
I'm here for it. And I really had a genuine 0.2 of reluctancy just with that first song. When it started, I was like, and all my worries and doubts fizzled away the moment it played through. This album is such a pretty one. And as I said before, you can tell that there was a lot of care that went into it, from the writing, the mixing, the production, every little thing. Since, their last project was 2022. They had time and they used it wisely.
For sure.
You could hear the intention in, why every little thing was added. And I think it was just a really great feel-good piece of work sonically. I really love the fact that this album made you want to enjoy yourself. And it's a very visual project too that paints such a good picture. So all my props go to Ballpark Music.
Yeah. No. I am teetering between a here and depends. Because just literally because of the con that I said, which is I have my favorite tracks, and those favorite tracks are bangers. Definitely, if they come on 1000%, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But the rest of the project, the songs on the project, I'm like, again, they're cool. It just doesn't scream like I'm running back to this. But still, that's why it's the teetering, because I don't want to just say it depends on the day, because it's not. So yeah, I think it teeters on between here and depends. But still, shout out. Beautiful project, and those such as Iffy who really, really enjoy it, for sure. I'm super glad.
Such as Iffy.
So yeah, do you enjoy this? Are you here for this? Does it depend on the day? Are you feeling iffy about it? Let us know. And yeah, that's our review of Ballpark Music. Like Love. Grace, we still good? Amazing. There is hope. Don't worry about it. I am aka the Culture Black Kid.
I'm Informer, aka Iffy.
And this is Rue's Reviews, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.